So this is the 18B Arts District of downtown Las Vegas. And, you walk out our back door and you can see the stratosphere there, so you can see why it crops up in all my paintings all the time. So I'm just painting up a backdrop for a new painting on loose canvas. I go through a series of layers to build up the actual painting, and some of it's based on Spanish Colonial painting, which is my main influence. And in the Renaissance they used to use gold as halos and things like that, and that was the light of Christ kind of meeting your eyes. And in Spanish Colonial times they primed all their canvases with sort of this blood red, Indian red colour. And what I like about that is it's almost like, instead of being the light of Christ, it's the blood. I'm really attracted to that corporeal nature of Spanish Colonial painting. So these are the choppers coming in from the Grand Canyon. They come in from the northeast, from Arizona and Utah, and they come in, they get to the Newport Towers, and then they turn and start heading towards the Strip. This one's, it's kind of like a self-portrait of me, and it's a self-portrait of me coming to America. And the idea is that it's a conflation of a whole lot of symbols that don't quite meld together, and that's how I kind of see me in America. So I've got this Kafkaesque figure from the Congo, which is a devotional figure that would have nails nailed into it for devotional purposes or healing purposes, and it's been stuck into a blender that is ultimately going to kind of try and join it all together, get some kind of alchemy going. And then I've got this sort of more historical part of it, which is these kind of scars of me in my old country, I guess. So it's like an heirloom silhouette. And there's kind of other things coming in that I use all the time, like Malayevich's suprematist paintings, which to me referred to the recent history of painting. So this one's, again, it's about me coming to a new place, but this is a more sort of innocent reaction to Las Vegas. On first coming here, it was a place where I found it hard to sort of find where the art scene was and what type of role art played in the city, because you've got this sort of testament to popular art on the Strip. I mean, every casino that's got a theme to it has, that's art. So I was trying to work out how I could survive in Las Vegas as an artist, but also try and make some kind of art form that could be a reaction to what the populist notions of the Strip's about. our collection of ex-voto and retablo paintings, which are primarily Mexican paintings from Spanish Colonial period. So most of them are around the mid-1800s, and they're broken into two categories. You have the ex-voto paintings, which are specific incidents. So you'd have something like this woman here is praying to El Cristo de Chama for a specific thing, like she might have a son who's ill or something like that. So these are specifically painted for people to then take into the church and offer up as a votive work to the church. These other works, these larger ones that don't really have any text in them, these are normally called retablos. So these are specific saints that you would have painted and hang in your house, and they'd often be your patron saint. So for example, this one here, this is San Román Nonato, and he's this saint of telling too many lies or gossiping too much. So normally he's got a bolt going through his lips, and it's actually been worn off because the people who would pray to this saint would actually touch his lip and wear off the bolt. So you can see that this person's obviously gossiped too much. These ones here are actually ex-votos that I've painted based on the more traditional ones here. These three in particular are ones that I kept for my personal collection because all related to our travels in America in 2008 when we came over to America to look at where we wanted to live. So this one here is from Tennessee, and this one here was in Las Vegas when I first had this dream about these aliens partying, which I'm sure refers to Vegas. And this one here was from San Francisco. So these two works are here on the wall. I'm using this one as a reference for this one over here, which I'm still working on. These two are kind of more abstracted ideas of learning and dealing with contemporary issues. So this one's about how much you take on board and how much you listen to certain people that give you advice. So it's a basic idea of pedagogy. So it's, do you take the information, do you take the knowledge, or do you have faith in what you believe? All those kind of things that you kind of have to deal with. This one here is more about kind of, I guess, what people term now first world issues. This is a burdened man that relates to kind of religious figure, and it's using contemporary images of like the Apple logo, the American Express logo of the Centurion's head, the Facebook logo, and the form of the black hole. So these are all issues that we have to deal with in contemporary society that pretty much you can do without, but we now kind of base our lives around them.